All right. Hey, what's going on? Happy good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy
Yes.
Friday. It has been a week and a half. So I'm glad that you guys are in the building. Welcome to another episode of the Brothers of Legacy. Good morning. God bless. Roundtable. I still want
Right.
to say I still want to say Pastor Cass. I'm not sure why that is.
That's
But
because that's foundational, bro.
so Mr. DJ, roll that beautiful bean footage, please, sir. But don't be the meal. You know when you said that, don't be the meal.
Experience is the best teacher, but truth is the Holy Spirit is the best teacher.
If you can find the straightest path to the queen that you're supposed to be with, I believe in, and she finds her straightest path to you, then I think it gets away from all those, the skeletons in the closet.
We aim for the wrong things.
Right.
We aim to make our children a good husband. We aim to make our children good wives or successful businessmen or success, whatever.
Right.
The aim is wrong.
Trending is not happening without curiosity. So what's driving curiosity? You understand? People that are successful, people that are effective in life are people with priorities.
Boy, them priorities, boy, they something, ain't they?
Hey,
Good morning, everybody. Good
Morning.
Morning,
Pastor
good
B is
sir.
in the building, and Brother Dwayne's in the building. So before we get started with our Freestyle Friday, I think you paid the wrong intro. It's okay. It's still Freestyle Friday in the building, but maybe it's not so freestyle today. Brother Dwayne's going to run the show, so you guys will have to bear with us just a little bit. But before we get started, there is something that's crawling the internet, and I do want to play it because it's if you guys are familiar with Ice JJ Fish, are you guys familiar with him?
Yeah.
No.
He is a tone deaf R&B singer out of Chicago, and I don't have one of his videos, but he is horrible. You know what I'm saying? But it's because he's tone deaf, but he's a very smart businessman, right? So there, he has a rival. He has a rival on it. He is from, it looks like Thailand, maybe. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I'm gonna roll this beautiful bean footage real quick. Let me pull my screen up. Y'all pray for me, or maybe, hey, Mr. DJ. DJ's in the background making it do what it do. Hey, he just started. He can't run the video. I'm saying. But anyway, he can't
Go
run the video.
DJ. That's my DJ.
Well, since he can't, well, he had to restart because he's having a little bit of technical difficulty this morning. So we'll run that later. Mr. Dwayne, you are the author of this context today.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
but before we get into that, today is that day, an infamy
Hey, Tatiana.
that every American probably can remember where they were, what they were doing on this day, September 11th. This day, 19 years ago,
19 years ago.
America went into war. I was on a plane heading to Kuwait when this happened, so it was somber. I had served with people who lost family members during this day, so I want to do a moment of silence for anybody who's lost, and just to remember those who sparked probably the greatest change in our lifetime as far as international policies. So before we get started,
Yeah.
There it is.
AD in the building.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we get started, shout out to each one of you. Where were you guys at September 11th, 19 years ago?
Yeah, put that in the comment section. Where were you at?
Where were you at?
Since you're back, can we run that video now?
Yeah, we can run it, and so
Okay,
y'all think about. All right,
All
let's
right.
go.
I want to run this video. If you guys are not familiar with who this is, he is Ice JJ Fish's competition. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
You got a little volume?
Wait,
Is
this
he
dude
singing?
counting. He's counting. Yeah, y'all can't hear it, can you?
No.
Okay, hold up.
Uh-uh.
You have to hear this. This dude is like counting. He's singing.
He's singing, counting.
Yeah. Where's mine?
Is it playing in your headphones?
Yeah. That's probably why. Hold on. It don't want to do right today. I'm coming. Why? Why today?
Same reason my camera didn't work.
I get why today? I'm trying to get.
Good one, Tatiana.
Tatiana wants to hear
Good morning, Lisa.
whatever we're arguing about today, so we're gonna get into that in a sec. Oh no, it went away.
Oh, you weren't ready. All right, why don't you work on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but you know, this is a married folk conversation. This is a conversation that people who aspire to be married need to hear, be a part of, and have a little bit of wisdom imparted into them. So, without further ado, how long have each one of you guys been married? Is it first time? Second time around?
Which one are you referring to, bro?
the one that you are currently in.
Okay.
Hey, Mama McCurry. Good morning.
Hey.
Morning.
Hey, Mom.
Okay. So this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AD.
Oh, I was gonna say first 18, then remarried, same person.
Yeah.
That's look. Shout out to that man. He ain't let go. He ain't let go.
Yeah, he's a trailblazer.
What about you, Guru?
Okay, this time, I've been married. Those of you that may or may not know, this is my third marriage. Me and Melissa just made a year, July 21st.
Shout out, congrats, bro.
Congratulations.
That's my honey. She came home. The ruler's back.
What about you? What about you, Pastor?
22 years.
So we got 22 years on deck. We got 18. We're gonna step apart, but we love each other. Let's come back because I can't live without you.
Yeah.
We got one, and like and me and Terry probably the same boat. If you combine what's going on? If you combine my marital experience, I got 19 years under my belt. If you combine my
well, see, you asked for the combination,
right. I know. See, yeah. I didn't. So to be fair, with the combination, Terry, what you working with?
What you working with? Oh man,
one carried two, one
carried two.
I think I'm right. Let's see, married the first time 14. Yeah, about 17 years combined altogether.
So, what we're trying to tell you, we not perfect, but we got close to 80 years of experience on this panel right now.
I love when they combine that number.
Yeah, you gotta embellish it a little bit, you know.
I love it. Such a big number.
Right. There's about 80 years of ups, downs, and all of that.
All of that.
Being stupid, learning, getting it right, falling on your face, possibly sleeping on the couch or two. Anybody slept on the couch?
The most important question, though, is to ask yourself, how many of those years do we know what we were doing? That's the question.
Ooh, that's good.
It is. So
I had no clue the first 15. I promise you I did.
The first 15?
Yeah, I promise you I did. I winged it.
I had a clue, but I didn't do it right.
Right.
My body was in control of my mind.
Yeah. You know.
Okay, so in 22 in the 80 years we got combined here, right? In the 80 years we got combined.
80 years. How's he getting? Where you do your math at? Are you doing pre-algebra?
No, see, I'm rounding up. See, watch this. We got 18 years with AD plus 22 years with Pastor. That's okay. 40. That's 40, right? I got 18. You got 17. That's 3 shy of 80. So that's 77. So you round up to 80 from 77. That's my math.
There must be some calculus or something. I don't know.
My math right?
I flunked this math right here.
Okay. So, 80 years of experience on this panel.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
80 years on this panel.
Uh-huh.
Can you think back to a time where you as a man married to your wife, not a girlfriend? We're leaving the girlfriends out of this.
Yeah, leave girlfriends out.
Straight marriage. No, not that we got girlfriends now, but girlfriends that we had prior to being married, right?
Right.
Was there a moment where you got so upset that you didn't
what?
you didn't want to be touched? Have you ever been so upset that you didn't want to be touched?
Me?
Nah, I ain't never been there. Nah. That's a lie. And any man that says a lie from the pit of hell. That's no. We don't have that kind of emotion.
Nobody that I ain't saying that you went through with it, right? Okay, so let me explain.
Yeah, please do.
I remember an argument or disagreement with my wife, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I was so upset. I was like, man, I know normally sex make everything better. That make up sex. We all love it. I'd rather
TT.
Yeah. And the Eye of the Tiger start playing in the background. But when the Eye of the Tiger ever been playing, have you ever had the thought, well, woman, right now I don't want you to touch me. I mean, I love you, I'm attracted to you and all that, but I'm so upset because I've been there. I really have.
I hate fighting.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fight you.
I absolutely. I don't. I'm not good at it. My wife is unfair.
You don't fight fair.
I hate it. So for me, all I'm trying to do is get to the other side of it. No matter who's wrong, I just don't like. I don't like fighting.
Fighting is training.
No,
it's training.
So I've never. So even in the middle of it, if my wife were to just pause and embrace me, I'm taking it. I'm taking the touch because I just don't want to fight. I don't care how mad I am. I want it to be over.
Okay, so your reasoning is you don't fight. So your reasoning is you don't fight. You don't like to fight. So that's why it's like, bam. Okay, baby, you're right here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but my reasoning is because I don't like fighting with her. I've never liked fighting with her. Yeah, I can't explain the reason, but I just that for me, no matter how wrong it is, I just want it to be over. I want to get to the other side of it. That's always been my case.
That's going to be a no for me. Wow. I can't do
it. No to the fighting and no to that. I ain't never felt that.
I've never felt that. I'm like the old Case song. Remember Case, right? You remember Case? Touch me, tease me. Yeah, that's me. Oh
Lord Jesus!
I've been that angry, but I've never had that feeling to the point where don't touch me, because I'm like, man, the touch is always inviting. You know how you hear that the old saying is, music soothes a savage beast.
Mm-hmm.
Touching does that for me, because if you could. It could be the judo. It could be the Jedi mind trick. I don't care what it is. The 2-finger grab in the pressure point. All that. As long as you touch me, it's gonna calm me down. Some men not like that. I am. I mean, I'm like
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel.
So for myself, yeah. I mean, just she touched the hair.
Oh, right.
But what's crazy? I wouldn't say he would. I wouldn't think you would enjoy it, Pastor. But I would. I couldn't. My mind. I think we going back and forth till I'm right.
Yeah.
As I always, I probably with other people, right? But I thought you would be I'm going back for no.
Nah, man.
I didn't leave that ketchup out.
For me, it's never been about like you might think that. But with my wife,
Chris,
I don't know how many times I've been right. I know how many times I've been passionate.
Yeah.
About my position. But I can't say I've always been right. Now, in the moment, I feel like I'm right. In the moment, I just want you to be quiet and say, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
In the moment.
and when it doesn't happen, I'm mad. But I'm the one. Like, it's kind of funny. I am as chauvinistic as they come. But if my wife and I are into it, my position is this: hands open and palms upward, which is a position of submission.
Right.
Peace.
This is me in an argument.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is my fixed position. If I'm in a debate or disagreement with my wife, this is my position. And to be so headstrong and to be so confident and all of that, it's amazing that when I get into it with my wife, this is my position.
Wow.
Okay.
It's crazy.
To me, though, that's a sign of true manship and leadership to be able to do that. See, I think a lot of men dealt with. See, for me, years before, I was stubborn to the point where I could not see myself submitting like that. And that's the reason why I stayed in so much trouble. That's the reason why I stayed in so much turmoil and nonsense, because I couldn't take those 2 seconds to say, okay, honey, let me submit to, because a lot of times she's my peace. Whoever I was with, it was my peace. So instead of me dealing with my peace, I'd rather fight through the storm. Like, why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going through the storm. You're going through the storm, and you have the ability to have peace in the shelter.
Right.
And because we won't do it, I know I dealt with that. I dealt with pride for a lot of my life, and I wouldn't touch it. That's why I stayed in so much trouble. So the fact that we can be in that position of submission,
Right,
is a true sign of being a man. Because some men just don't do it. They play they don't have to. I'm a man. I ain't got to. That's why you stay in trouble, bro.
I feel that.
I think,
So no, go ahead. All I was gonna say is I felt that way. I never threw with the feeling in my head, because like you guys, as angry as I am in my head, you know what? When she start back talking to me, she gonna try that mess. I promise you, I ain't falling for it. I don't want to touch me in the moment, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too, baby. I'm sorry too. So I've had the mental ascension to go that route, but it just don't pan out.
Yeah,
right.
It don't pan out.
Yeah, it's funny. It would be so easy to say, yeah, man, leave me alone. But I promise you, my wife listens all the time. She might be listening now, and I don't know.
Oh, so shout out to First Lady McCrory.
Shout out.
Singing in the background. Yeah.
In a disagreement, the best part for 23 years, we together 23, married 22. So we got married on the anniversary of the day we met. So it's always a double anniversary. The best part of a disagreement with my wife has a habit. She has no problem leaving the space. She'll walk away, go into another room or something, and leave me standing there like, what?
I thought he was going to say the best part of waking up.
Oh, she just took his power when she did that. Oh, you want to argue?
But what she'll do is she'll come back in the room, a few minutes later, like,
not the eyes. It's over. Yeah.
And I'm just, I try to put on my game face. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Right. But inside, I'm like, yes.
Put me in the game. There's no way.
There's forgiveness in your cup. I know that's right.
Hey, that's a t-shirt. Hey, Chris, that's a t-shirt.
Sure is.
Yeah.
I need to design that on Teespring. I sell it. $10 off your first order. The Guru.
Okay, so we've gone with the first side. Right. I don't know if everybody's probably been through this at some point. 80 years of marriage on here.
Yeah.
We probably all have. Now, how do you respond when the walls of Jericho goes up and the front gate's locked? Okay.
You mean the doghouse?
When she closes the southern regions of her body to you, How was that? How did you process that?
Are we being honest?
Yeah, we being honest.
Are we always honest, brother?
When mama tell daddy that he ain't getting none, don't touch me.
Okay, so I'm gonna let her have that 24 hours. I'm gonna let her have it, right? Because that's what I let her have it because she's going through something or feeling a certain way. That's the reason why she does it. Oh, as I stand.
Sean says he said, look, one word speaks volumes. My wife says,
oh.
Mine is just
I would, you know what? That was probably the funniest moment in history. I would love to see that when my wife said, "Oh." I can't correct it. But no, I've been there a few times in my life, and it's not a good feeling. So the old me would fight. I was like, "What? You even do what to me?" Problem, Houston, right here. But as I've grown and I realized that I was part of the problem a lot of times, and the reason why she shut down, Belize was because of me. And so once I got older and realized that I was the reason why, then it was like, okay, if there's no Port of Houston going on, let me go ahead on and go over here and play 2K or something until she get together. That was just that was me. The old me was fight with the grown and mature me was like, okay, yeah, I understand.
Gotcha.
But even that, let me finish that off. Even in that, you have a 72 hour time limit.
So 3 days max.
3 days max.
So what happens at the end of 3 days? Is she still like
we're gonna have
closed for holiday?
We're gonna have a conversation because ain't nothing I've done that made you that mad to where you mad for 3 days.
We're tearing the wall down.
Even Jesus got up in 3 days. Huh?
Come on, you know how it is.
So would everybody agree 3 days is a magical number, or you think it depends?
Well, that's different. That's different than your question, right? Your question was how do you respond?
Right.
That's how I responded.
AD,
So I mean, for me, like whenever we're going at it or going through, like I've said, before, like I've never been denied, but I don't go after it when I know there's issue. Like I just avoid the rejection because I already know there's issue. Like
he just wait till it's a definite yes, and I'm going in.
Right. I mean, like once we have, because for us, once we have the conversation, we have understanding. She may it may be a agree to disagree moment, but then it's we're good, so we're good. So, but other than when there's issue, we haven't talked in a while or whatever. I already know like that's gonna be another fight. Like, oh, so now you don't want to talk, but so I just know the boundaries. I know the parameters of how this thing works. So I just at least for us. So I don't go after it unless, until we at least talk about it or resolve it.
Yeah. Deborah said there's levels to intimacy. You have to work up to it. I like that. So what you're referring to, AD, is what I like to call the cooling period.
Right.
You give it time to cool down.
Cooling water.
Right.
I personally, it's funny. I'm like, okay. Oh, it's like that? Okay.
So we doing?
I'm like, vengeance is mine, said the story. You ain't gonna be able to hold out very long. You gonna walk.
Wait. No, I ain't gonna ask the question. He said you ain't gonna be able to hold out for long.
That's right. Yeah, I'm like that comedian. There's an old saying I used to tease about her father. Her father's nickname is Speedy. And I say, whenever I'm being funny, I tell him, I'll call your daddy. Speedy, the freak.
Oh man.
I don't know who mama need to hear this.
Hey, look, I tell you one thing. First lady, she's like, I hope you sign and endorse that check after this program's over.
I'm telling you.
Hey, she know I ain't lying. She know I ain't lying.
And I ain't lying either.
But listen though, everybody in the comment section, either on YouTube or Periscope, man. If you got any questions for us, man, about this,
Yes.
throw them in now. So we can have.
And while you are marinating on that, we're not going to leave and go to YouTube yet. So I just got a quick ad. You know, we're talking about marriage. But if you don't know, the Purpose for Forever talks about relationships every single week, Monday at 8 p.m. So you definitely need to check it out. So here's a quick, we got you like that? We have another couple coming on this Monday. And it's the Walkers, no relation that we know of. So it's going to be a great conversation. So stay tuned. Hold on. Bam!
Purpose together, fellas. Yes.
Hey,
was that Sam on the vocals?
Yep.
Yeah, that was Sam. That was my sister-in-law, and Mayweather in the back.
Oh, you?
And
that was
so
the baritone.
Yeah.
And you saying these folks you have on Monday, they're not related to you?
No relation. He's a pastor and evangelist. You know, of course, they're married, but yeah, Pastor Walker.
Kevin?
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Dig into that.
Real quick shout out. I don't know if she's probably gone by now, but Lee Sweeney, who is in here, she is the CEO of Maps Media. She did an interview just recently with Mr. Matthew Knowles. Y'all familiar who that is? That's Beyonce Daddy. But the reason why I want to shout her out is because I want people that are live streamers or podcasters like me and AD and whatever. If you feel like that you cannot interview that big person, or if you want to get somebody famous or whatever, you can do it.
Yeah.
Because she got Matthew Knowles, and also Cole if he's in here, he's jumping up his YouTube channel. If you haven't seen his snippet that he put on his,
that laugh,
that dude's funny.
That laugh,
so you get a chance.
That laugh made me watch the whole thing.
Yeah. So if you're in here, put the link in, bro.
Nice.
But I'm done.
So with me getting back into that one.
Oh, Georgia. Oh man, all of us in the car. That would be epic. That would be epic.
Hey, just keep the little rams away from me. You do it. Just keep the little rams.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Hey, they'll mess a car up. AD, I feel you. They'll mess a car up, man. Little jokers say, pow, pow.
Right.
What are they gonna do to your car?
Right. I told Sam, I said, I've seen too many videos. That's the problem. Going through the safari, I've seen way too many videos of how this goes bad.
Well, that's airbag release and all. Pow.
Right.
I watched that video on my way to work. And I tell you, I almost crashed my car.
You're welcome, man.
That's how funny it was. I was like, this dude, and his faces. And then Sam was, she like nonchalant, like, roll the window. Like,
she had her window up.
Lexus was the bomb. Let me tell you that. She got out the car. Embracing it so much, she was out of food, and you like throwing it out the window. He was, all right, go get it, go.
Yeah, I threw it over there in the corner. Go do it.
Listen, them buffalo were the worst. Them things are huge. I was like, yeah, mess with them.
Hey Cole, drop your YouTube link in there, brothers. We can go subscribe.
All right. So we got,
But for me, when it comes to being held out on, it's like a hurricane. Like, can you imagine being a kid and a hurricane coming and you don't like the news, so you don't watch the news and you don't really know what's coming?
No, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you got those little fast clouds that got the sprinkles that just pop, pop. And then the wind starts picking up. And then all of a sudden, everything's dark and you just see these clouds. Woo, woo, and then all of a sudden, you got to go in the house.
Did he say sprinkles pop, pop? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I heard that.
It's a 22. Pew, pew, pew.
Drop 5 of them real quick.
So for me, it was like that. It was like not being prepared for a Category 5 hurricane that's about to blow in. Because when we ain't having our happy time together, it's not right in the town. There's like destruction. Call FEMA. Call all them people. God, I don't know what I did, Lord. Fix it, please. I need some sunshine. I need this weeping to be over and the night to be over. I need that joy from the morning light, God.
That's what we call on him, right?
Yes, Lord.
Ernest got it.
Yeah, I promise. I was like, God, no, I messed up. But did I mess up so bad that I can't touch it? What? Why she just turn over in the middle of the God? Come on now, Lord, please. And then we get all right, and then it's like that eye wall,
right?
Because that morning I'm like, here we go. I gotta get ready for another day. Lord, be strong with me.
Yeah.
And then lunchtime come out of nowhere, and the sun starts shining, the wind stopped blowing. Come here, Daddy.
Yeah,
boy.
Here's a question for you, D. Here's a question for you, D. You know, when you said, when I get all right, no, most of the time, we're the first ones to get all right first, right?
It don't take us long.
Right. So what's the response when we all right first and we want her to be all right, which you want to be all right?
Look,
I think it's kind of
it's frustrating, brother.
Earlier.
It's frustrating.
That's where patience come in. You got to be patient.
Yeah.
You got to have a lot of patience. And look, brothers, not this marriage, but past marriages. Let me tell you something. And my sisters out there, y'all need to hear this too. It's not an excuse, but just understand the influence. The enemy's always looking for an end into your marriage. Always looking for it. So you got to be vigilant in how you conduct your business or how you conduct your marriage, because during that moment, I'm gonna be real here. So I'm gonna use some real terminology. Don't be mad at me. Every chicken head that want to see your marriage flopped, they can sniff and smell out. Oh, something ain't quite right over there.
Man, I can hear. I mean, hearing it forever. I like that.
Yeah, it's like you know you can call me, see you at work. Everything okay? You ain't the same lately. No, and inside I'm like, no, I ain't the same. My wife won't let me touch her. I ain't getting none. I'm angry, and then it's like, well, if you ever need to talk, you can call me.
You have that Jezebel spirit,
and we be good. We be good. Nah, just some stuff, and then sometimes in your moment of weakness, because that's a huge thing for men. I ain't saying this for every man, but at least for me, and I'll give the brother opportunity to speak. But for me, it's a big deal. And men, we got to be strong, because we got to know when we go through those moments that a temporary now fix or relief, it's not going to bode well for us in the future. And women, just know that when you're so upset with your man, that it's almost like inviting trouble in when you let your feelings of I gotta show him who's boss. When you let that feeling creep into the marriage, because some men are like, oh, I'm not getting it from you.
Mm-hmm.
She'll give it to me.
Yeah.
Just food for thought. Brothers, y'all want to chime in on that?
That's, what? That's the reason why men have to know who they're with. you have to know the person that you're dealing with. Because if you don't know them, you'll know when the storm comes. You know what I'm saying? If you're with somebody, Pastor's been with First Lady for 22 years. He knows when the storm is coming. He knows when the wind,
right.
when the conditions are wrong. He knows. And if you have no idea or in tune with who you with, you can't even tell when the conditions are wrong. You know how you watch it? You get the weather. Yeah, you get a question.
No, that was me.
Oh,
I was just saying, that was me for a long time. Like,
yeah.
where the heck did this storm come from? Where did it start raining?
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you something, man. You talk about knowing who you're with. I don't know if it's so much that, right? Because one thing that I've learned is that to say that, the Bible says, know them that which labor among you.
Mm-hmm.
But I say this, I learned that, and not everybody has to agree with this, but I believe that women are as seasonal as the weather. And every few years, there's a shift. There's another person. The core of the person is consistent, but I believe that women change. That's why, if you're paying attention, you'll catch the shift. You'll catch the change.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying.
And right, and so what happens is the dynamics of that keep the relationship interesting.
Right.
The problem is that most people lose sight of it. They take things for granted and they miss the shift. And every shift gives you an opportunity to be creative. That's just real.
Right.
And we get so caught. Respect my shift. Yeah.
Right.
And I think what happens is I'm saying this. I've heard this from my wife. You never want something to be routine. I'm black and white. I'm as routine. I'm the blue collar guy. I'm just let me clock in, clock out, and my wife is like, not over here.
Right.
Seriously, it's one zip code today, it's another zip code next week. And if I'm in this new zip code and you still back where we were, we have problems. So, but what I'm learning, and what I mean by this is that my wife's hair color changes with the season, right? so does their disposition, right? So what I'm learning is that you have to pay as much attention to your wife as you pay attention to that line and that trim and those little details. So much into that,
Yeah, you better, or you're gonna run into a whole bunch of hurricanes and not see it coming.
Or you won't run into a hurricane. You may run into nothing.
Right.
I mean, a hurricane says I'm still here, I'm still active, and all of that. But what happens when you run into nothing?
Right.
When everything stops, in the military, you're in combat. Look, if you're still screaming and that means you're still alive. Something happens when you get quiet, right?
True.
Silence is deadly. So
you don't want
that's what I've learned. So I know, then I don't know. I've learned. There's one thing I can be sure of. I know for a fact that I don't know.
You need to teach. Hey, look, do that. Say that one more time. Hey, look. Hey, AD. When he says this, you're gonna have to steal this clip now, because this right here, this right here is viral material.
Right.
All I know is for a fact, I don't know.
When it comes to my wife, I know that I don't know. As a matter of fact, the one thing that I know for sure is that I don't know.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm going to continue to research, investigate, pay attention, and seek it out, all of those things, so that I can find out.
One thing is for certain, two things for sure.
For sure. I don't know nothing. Nothing. Hey, look, and this is probably going to be the perfect segue into the next question. But prior to that segue, I want all of you guys that are following, that have liked, I want you to get ready to go over to the YouTube experience.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, I've been paying attention, big bro. But before we go over, my brother AD, he needs your support. He needs you to support his baby girl. She's selling some stuff.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
It's for a good cause.
Yes, indeed.
So check out this footage and then migrate on over to YouTube. We'll be there momentarily.
DJ.
Hi, my name is Alexis Walker. I'm doing a fundraiser for Cotton Indian Elementary School. Click on the link below and see all the stuff we have to offer. Thanks.
That's right, my daughter is a superstar. Buy her stuff.
She gonna get me for that. So listen, we go on YouTube. She gonna get me for that.
I know that's part of the commercial.
Oh yeah, I took it off a couple of times. She gonna get me.
Oh, wow.
So listen,
you gonna be in
my-
trouble.
today's the last day, guys. Today's the last day. So make sure you definitely support Lexis in her endeavor to raise money for school and stuff like that. All right. So now we're this is the last promo. We're going over YouTube and like Dwayne said, support the Brothers of Legacy as we build and grow and expand. All right.
I appreciate you supporting the Brothers of Legacy broadcast. In this space, we are in the process of expanding. And what does that mean? We have developed a financial literacy course for children. We're connecting with schools. We've got other men involved in our local programs in our community. We are ever expanding. So now we are seeking your financial support. And what does that mean? That means we are trying to get money for administrative costs, marketing, and being able to grow exponentially. But we need you to help us with that financially. And you've already helped us with us being part of the broadcast, helping us, those that are part of the community. They've helped tremendously. But now we need your financial support. So what I'm asking, if you click the link here, click that website, go to the website, check out the Brothers of Legacy. It gives you an understanding of what we're doing, as well as gives you a chance to contribute financially. You have several ways. You can go through PayPal, you can go through Cash App. Also, you can give monthly, you can give one time, however you see or feel like you should contribute into this movement. This is an opportunity for you to contribute to legacy. We are changing the narrative. So this is your opportunity to be a part of that legacy. Our legacy is about the building blocks we start today. Our legacy is about the building blocks we start today. So we appreciate you. We thank you. And I thank you for all the supporters that's already given. And for those that desire to give, this is your opportunity. And I'm thanking you in advance. As always, I'm excited. I'm excited for the growth. We've been at this a year and some change now. And change is going to happen. And I want you to be a part of it. So hit that link and be a part of that change.
Bam. All right.
So passages eat.
Great.
Well, first of all, welcome to YouTube. Welcome back to the Brothers of Legacy.
Yes, indeed.
The next question, it's a simple one, but there's so many different layers to it, you know? So we got 80 years of experience up here.
I love it.
And I think leading the charge of that 80 years with a whole quarter of that time, Pastor McCrory has been married. Well, AD and Pastor McCrory both been married to the same woman for a good period of time. I'm gonna throw the question out there for the two of you first.
I mean, you're not calling me a heathen, are you?
No. I'm just asking. I'm just gonna ask the question because they've been married to the woman for plus years. Well, AD's been married to the same woman for 18 years. Been married to the same woman for 22 years. I know that marriages work, and I know it takes time, and I know it takes effort, and I know it's easy to fall in love, but it work to stay in love. 22 years, 18 years. How do you keep the flame burning? How do you get rid of the monotony and not have a routine? What's the key to what's some keys to success? And Terry, of course, you jumping in too, but I wanted to hear them first because 22 years with the same lady, you got to have an imagination to keep everything. Which I know, Tiger, I never thought of that as a love song, so I know he got an imagination.
All right. Watch this. Watch this. One secret. One secret. Watch this. Watch this. You listen. No, honestly, we talk a lot, and listen, we discuss our bedroom antics and stuff like that. So we have conversations about it, and she's told me some things. They're like, okay, let's switch up something, So we talk about it. We talk about it, and we explore different ways and options and things of that nature. So the main thing is having conversations about it. Like I always, you always sometimes I've heard like women or those outside say they don't enjoy their mate, and I laugh because honestly sex is easy. Like sex is just getting to the point where where we all have a goal we're trying to get to. So if we have an understanding of how we want to get there,
pew pew pew.
I'm just saying. So you just gotta have the conversation, and if you're not getting there, then you say, "Hey, I'm not getting there. We need to work on something and make this thing happen." It's that simple. It's that simple. So it's a conversation. So
vacations,
right?
Vacation.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, just go. And
I was wondering who was going to catch that. Watch this.
Yo, you always give me that revelation. Watch this, and you be like, "Oh snap! Watch this." Watch Bible says, "Watch this."
Yeah, look, but yeah, vacations, those getaways, dating. I'm assuming, and
so that's with the babysitter. Make sure you make that clear for these people out here. Leave the kids home with a babysitter.
Yeah, leave the kids home. Get your babysitter. Go take her out to Ruth Chris or whatever is hot over there on the East Coast, because that's not a Ruth Chris out here. So here is Texas Roadhouse out here.
Fried pickles,
gotta have it. Stuff. But yeah, get her a fried pickle. Spend that time with her. That QT. That QT time is what's important. A man who takes time for that is very attentive. So yeah. Vacations, dates, be spontaneous. Don't do the same thing. Change your positions physically too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Facts. All facts. I endorse that message.
Yeah.
Oh man, you passed it.
I'm looking at the comments. Somebody said hot sauce.
Whoa. Okay.
You already know that's Chris. You already know. Oh man.
Hold on.
This is vacation times 2. Yeah.
Honestly, man, I have all of that is right. All of it's right. Yeah, do the dishes. Hey, listen, Chris saying something.
Yeah, boy. A clean kitchen.
Listen, I have got more cool points because of my efforts in the kitchen than I could ever get on an island and on Aruba.
Right.
Okay. Right. So you saying something, Chris? But for me, man, it really. How could I be a man of God and not say Jesus? We've had to make Jesus the center of our house and of our life. And I think what people don't understand is that having Christ as the center does not mean you kick everything else out.
Right.
I'm saying something, you better receive it. A lot of people think that having Christ as the center means you can no longer have fun.
Right.
And what I've learned is, man, there's a whole lot of room for play.
Yeah.
In Christ. You know, that's just a fact.
Wake up.
Gotta wake up.
And when you really understand it, you don't have to go all the way to Hawaii to find it.
Sure don't.
Right.
You know, what I've learned that I shouldn't have to leave my house to be on vacation. Now, I have to put this disclaimer out there. I've been all over the world, and to me, it's just gotten overrated. My wife has not been all over the world, so she's still curious.
Right.
So sometimes we have conflict.
Right.
You know,
you ain't excited.
Yeah. So I have to work at that kind of stuff. I'm not great at that. That's just my truth. So I have to be creative to keep that fire burning, because my wife would be like, look, we need to get somewhere.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll see you when you get back.
No, I'm going with you. I can't be here for 3 days by myself.
Yeah. So I'm happy to say that I'm not perfect. You know, I don't have it all together. So that's an area that I have to work on personally. Right. But what makes it easier is making sure that your home is your sanctuary.
Right.
If you can make your daily life at home a celebration, then you know, people ain't so curious, you know.
Right.
So that's just me. And it doesn't mean you don't do the other things. I'm just saying that longevity is in making the most of where you are and not so focused on, you know, all this other stuff.
That's good.
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
No,
I had to learn that. I had to learn that one. Yeah, just in the home, what you set up and what you do before, like said, you know, the washing dishes and doing things, you know, the things that she enjoys, you know, inside the home. It's the little things, you know, like you always say, the little things are what matter. You know, the big stuff is nice, but it's the little stuff that you do daily and weekly, you know, what matters. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
And at least right now, I can say I ain't hit no shift yet. You know, she ain't grinding the second gear yet. But as of right now, as far as I go, one of the things that I've learned is the trust. As long as the trust and the commitment is maintained, it's like anything I do is like, attaboy, come here, I got something for you. When she come home and she don't got to do certain things. If the kids are in bed when they're supposed to, instead of being up when she comes home, it's like, baby, I was tired today. Come here, I want to come. You know, little things. So you, like you said earlier, you said communication is key, and it absolutely is. And we got to remember that communication goes beyond just opening your mouth and hearing stuff, but you got a lot of nonverbal cues too, that when she's saying something or when he's saying something without saying it, you're listening. Because my wife has this thing, it's real slow. It's like when that happens, my mind automatically starts. Okay, you did this. You're supposed to go there. You did it. Oh crap! I didn't take the trash out. Little things, but communication is key. I absolutely think it is.
But you know, it's funny that you say that. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes she's just having a moment. You know, sometimes it's not always. It's not always you. You know, because I've had, you know, you see that and you're like, I done did everything, and it's not even about you. She's just having a moment. You know, and you just like, I guess all right, I'm gonna give you your space because you're having a moment. Something's annoying you, irritating you. You know, and right now you just need a moment. You know, so I've come to realize it's not always you, you know, because I used to always like, what do I do now? Like, I'm trying, so it's we have to, like I said, it's the learning, it's the learning.
How easy was it for you to get to that point though, bro? Because for me, it took me 15 years of being a grown man before I got to the point that it's not always my fault. And sometimes
right. You just gotta watch. You gotta, it's still a growing process. It's still a learning process. You just kind of have to watch and communicate. And
you're on mute, Pastor.
You're on mute.
You mean when you say coming to grips, knowing that it's not always your fault?
Right. Because for me, at least, when I was younger, when just we grown here, when I got horny, and I'm like, baby, hey, we need to put these kids to bed or something, and she just ain't feeling it or whatever, or there's an issue. Houston, we got a problem. I'm like, the first thought that always to come to my mind always was, what did I do?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes it wasn't even about me. Maybe she had an emotional moment that something reminded her and triggered something.
But see, to me, that's vanity. When you think it's about you, who are you? What? No, right. I'm saying this is what I had to learn. You understand? I'm like, you're not. You may think you all of that, but there's things that happen outside of you, right. And I think that there's certain levels of insecurity that we carry with us. Right. We have a desire to be needed, to be necessary, to be wanted, right. And if we don't feel that, we feel like something is wrong, as right. opposed to that just being a mood that somebody's in, and we get angry because we don't get the reaction or the response. Right. Helen Baylor said it best. She said, I fell in love with the applause. Right.
Oh, yes.
And we get so connected to that, right. And we get lost in it. And so when we don't get it, we feel like something is broken, as opposed to something a mood that's going to pass. Right. And the problem is, while we're in that space, we make terrible mistakes in that space.
Ooh. That's it right there. They're making mistakes when there's nothing there, and when we just need to chill. We just need to just
be anxious for nothing.
Yes. Yes.
And so if we I think if we knew that earlier on, right. we wouldn't have broken up so much stuff. A lot of my mistake was that the stuff I did in between one space and another. Right. Where I got out of control. And I took my wife to hell and had to figure out how to come back. Right. That's just real.
You might have to put the Solomon Temple's Cash App. If they got one on the screen, because look, that right there, you what he just said, you might not get in books. You might not get in books. That wow. Mm-hmm. I never thought about it that way. That was good, mm-hmm. sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but we learn. I found out. In my life, I'm like, oh wow, it ain't that serious. It just ain't that serious. Like people say, it's just not that serious, and you think they're taking you for granted. Right. There was years ago, my wife said it ain't that serious, and I'm like, what? You're like, it is that serious. But it really isn't.
You talk about my heart.
Yeah. Right. And the fact that you even said that means you don't even care, Who are you?
Right.
We men are sensitive too. We sensitive, unstable creatures from time to time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And to answer your question, Ashley.
Yes.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Pat. You go ahead first. I was going to
say that, we all are, men and women. Right.
Right.
But I think that the problem is really right. Yeah. Rollins, compounding an issue that is not even there. That's absolutely right. Right. But it goes back to something that I think you said it, AD, about knowing your mate. There's certain things that you just have to know. Come on, baby. And then there's certain things that, you have to take comfort in knowing that you're going to figure out.
Right.
Because you don't have to know everything. Thank you.
Right.
Facts.
Good morning.
But again, those are the building blocks, and
Right.
that's why you have to count up the cost.
Right.
And I people all the time. There's an old thing that I learned from this guy in New York when I was at West Point training cadets. He said, we were sitting at lunch one day, and he said, when it comes to relationships, he asked me, what do you think the most critical factor in a relationship is? And I was like, love. He goes, yeah, but before you can love, you gotta. I'm like, well, respect. He goes, yeah, but how do you know what to respect?
Ooh.
And he would. Did he lock up? He locked up.
I think he locked up. He froze.
Move, Dwayne, so we know you. No, he locked.
Sleep.
He said, before you can respect or even understand the love you have for somebody, you have to know what to expect.
Right.
And I think some of the biggest mistakes we make is we never set expectations.
Right.
In a relationship. You get together, you like somebody, they like you, and all of that, and you don't set any expectations. If we're going to do this,
right,
here's where I am, here's where you are, here's where we, all of those types of things.
Right.
And that's from day one. And then if you're taking the relationship to another level,
right,
what are your expectations on that next level?
Right.
If you're taking the relationship to a marriage, what are the expectations on that marriage?
True. I think that's where we get lost. The expectations. Yeah. You don't set them. And going back to the question where you asked, do you go to bed angry? The goal is, if anything, I say you go to bed maybe to agree to disagree. You may not resolve it all in one night, based on the conversation. You try not to go to bed upset with each other. It's that don't let the sun go down on your wrath. It's for a lot of us, it's a work in progress. For some of us, we promised it when we got married. We never go to bed angry. What you realize, every issue can't be resolved by the time you get sleepy. So you just try to.
I think that's see, expectations, man.
Yeah.
God has given us room,
right,
to be angry.
Right.
God didn't say don't get angry. He said get angry.
Right.
But he said while you're angry, there's an expectation.
Yes.
Don't sin in your anger.
Right.
He said, be angry and sin not. And then he said, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Who was it? I think it was TD Jake said, look, when 6 o'clock comes, you better make sure you better.
Like
because baby, I'm locked up. No, but with me, in regards to Ashley's question, I get in the bed sometimes angry. And I'm mad because I can't fix it. And then I realize that being mad because I can't fix it ain't gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And then I realize that I don't sleep well when I'm mad. So I come to grips that we're gonna just be the way we are right now. And maybe grace and mercy catch up to us tomorrow.
You say you don't sleep. I don't sleep at all.
Like if I'm angry, if I'm mad, I can't sleep. I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning, like ain't nothing on TV. This woman over here laying down, act like ain't nothing wrong. True. And then I try to get out of my anger, right? I try one of those. Hey, baby. I don't even say that. I don't even say that because you know when you're a little angry, you got a little room between you. Like you still in the same bed, but you got a little room between you. So I try to scoot closer, put my foot on her foot, and then start somewhere that's innocent that I ain't gonna get fussed out for. Like right here, the mid part of the side, and I just start caressing just a little bit, going down further, and then I can tell that she's still mad with me. Because when I get to right where that hip start to get a little soft, and either one or three responses. If nothing happens, that's permission.
Slide away.
Yeah, that's permission to keep going.
Or if she ain't want you talking to her at all and she done, she like move that hand. And I'm like, but if she give you that little playful tap, if she just tap you on the head and don't move your hand and you keep so that's what happens to me. So normally I get to the point where I frustrate myself because everything was cool, and then I get away, and then I just God fix it. I ain't even gonna be mad right now because if I'm mad, I can't sleep. So I'll figure it out. We're gonna get through this. We've been here before. We'll get through it too. But that's me. I can't sleep when I'm mad. So no, I don't go to sleep angry. I think I come to terms. I end up coming to terms with my disappointment before I end up being able to sleep.
Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
This is Rollins. It's above his bed.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a reminder. It's a monument of faith right there.
I mean, yeah, I'm bad. I can I can sleep on anything. I can sleep. I mean, I'll be a little frustrated, and then once I can simmer it down, just under that level, I go right to sleep.
Yeah.
I sleep. Yeah, I'm probably like most wives. Like, like most I think most women that think they just go to sleep. It seems like, oh, mine
Sam,
can't.
look at you like,
yep, she up all night.
That's what you're doing?
Right.
Anthony. You gonna just go to sleep like that?
Listen, she used to be infamous sometimes if we haven't talked in a while. She'll wait good and late when I'm nice and sleep. She cut that light on. So this is just what we're gonna do. Oh man. Oh man. I mean, she can't sleep, so she's like, "I'm tired of watching you sleep."
Right, you finna be up. You finna be
I'm
up
about to aggravate you right now by waking you up. One, and we're gonna talk about this right now. So yeah, and we used to do that, and over time, like we had a conversation, like, so if I'm tired and we're trying to have a conversation, I'm just trying to get through this thing because I'm tired. I'm sleeping.
You ain't even hear what I said. You ain't even listening to me.
Right. And then
what I just say.
Then every time she say something, then I just say something just to get through it. But of course, you're giving those quick responses. So I've had to learn, especially when I start getting tired. She said, I marinated, I run through, my response, like, okay, don't say that. Let's think about what she just said. Come on, wake up, think about what she said, and then respond appropriately where we can have a conversation. So I've at least grown, because the first 18, yeah, that's where we was at, Right. So it's a growth process. It takes time. You're gonna go through. Well, you don't have to. You just gotta pay attention. Stay and like Pastor said, having Jesus as the foundation, it helps tremendously because
and listen to sound advice from people who've been doing that.
You have to go down this road. You don't have to go down this road.
I'm telling you, you can learn a lot from a man who's been with a woman, the same woman for 18 years, and they still happy.
Happy, yes.
Not they just together because like I got grands that was together for 55 years.
Yeah, like
but I knew a couple aunts that want my aunt.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? So you could be together and not happy, but when making her happy,
right?
Year 17, like you did year 1, like you did when you started dating, and she still get happy to be around you.
Right.
Let's be for real, folks.
Right.
There's only so many different ways to have sex.
Right.
But when your sex life is still exciting 18 years later,
right,
there's some value that you need to give people who got that type of I ain't talking about this sick stuff that might try to get you going poly, and I'm talking about husband together, and wife together, just the two of them.
Just you two. That's it. That's it.
Now, anything else you want to do while it's just the two of you, hey.
Right.
The marriage bed
is undefiled.
It's undefiled.
Listen, that's our go-to scripture. It's undefiled.
So if you let people tell you how to live inside your bedroom,
Right.
I tell you that there's only, in my opinion, there's only one rule for inside the bedroom.
What's that?
Your husband and your wife.
That's it.
As long as it's your husband and it's your wife.
Right. That's it. That's
no
it.
holds barred.
Right. Right.
That used to be the when I was in the army. When we got ready to, when they got ready to dismiss us for the weekend, this was the safety briefing. Don't drink, and if you have sex, make sure you wear a condom. Don't do anything stupid that's gonna land you in front of my desk. And if you have sex and you are married, make sure it's your husband. Make sure it's your wife.
Right.
Every Friday, that's what we used to hear.
Wow.
It didn't work, but oh, none of it.
You can't say I didn't tell you. Can't say I didn't tell you. Oh man! All right. Did you have someone else you wanted to question? Or you good?
I think we can shelf it for another conversation another day to continue it.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
We appreciate y'all.
Yes. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for rocking with us. I got that Cash App at the bottom. If you're feeling led to give, make sure you give and seed into this awesome movement. We are gathering brothers together to discuss real topics, and we're doing it live as well. We're collecting at schools to get more men active, and we have a whole bunch of stuff happening. So make sure you seed into us $1, $2, $1,000. That's my $1,000 line right there.
Right.
But we appreciate you though. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're gonna send you a blessed handkerchief. Now I'm just joking.
and some water.
But you know it. You really do know if God is put you in the earth and gifted you. Some people don't like to be out front. Some people don't like to be on a microphone or to have their name associated with anything. But God has blessed you with the ability to get money like nobody else. And your gift is being philanthropic. Is that the word? Is that the right word? So you know people's hearts. You've had time to sit back and see integrity, see what we're about. It's not about us. It's about us as a community. It's not about us as a legacy. It's about empowering each other, empowering the future generations. And if you can see us, and if you can see that as our heart and what we're striving for, get with the vision. We appreciate anything you give.
Amen. All right. So we're going to close out. We appreciate you guys rocking with us all week. And make sure you tell somebody, tag somebody, let everybody know, put it in Messenger. Listen, I get so many people in Messenger. Make sure you share this. Share this before they take it down.
Right.
Share this, guys. They may take it down. But I appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging with us. And make sure if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're in here, make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you for commenting. And we will see you guys next week. Same time, same bad channel. And always know that we love you, but God loves you more. Know that Christ is the foundation of everything. And without him, everything you have will struggle. So everything we talk about is on the foundation of Christ. And this is the life that we live. This is life we talk about. But you got to have God in your life. You got to have Christ, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Because I got to be specific. You can't just say God. Because, the universe. No, I'm talking about Jesus Christ.
God's that catch-all term.
Right. This is. Yeah,
sometimes you might have to get holy and say Elohim, right, or Jehovah Jireh.
Right. There's a lot of people who will call God's name but won't mention Jesus. So
right. So I just got to make that clear as the brothers of legacy. All right. So we take care and we see you next week.